Today, I want to show y'all a fun project that you can do with kids, and I thought it was the perfect timing to do this for St. Patrick's Day. We are going to be making rainbow pancakes. Now, not only do we do these pancakes around St. Patrick's Day, but we do these any time of the year. And I will give you some examples. You can make rainbow pancakes in January, and you can use like blue, and then you have got Elsa pancakes, okay, in the winter time. So much fun. Let's see, for February, you can do red and pink for Valentine's Day. March, you can do green, like for St. Patrick's leprechaun, the clover. March, April through June, you can do your flower colors, yellow, orange, red, blooming flowers. July, you can do red and blue. You get the picture. Let's see, go on down. Y'all, you can even do orange and black for Halloween. You can do harvest colors for Thanksgiving, yellow and orange colors. Then for Christmas, you can do green and red, or you can do all your multicolors. And then just any time of the year, sometimes the granddaughters have come up with an idea for doing different themes like Disney princesses. We've done orange for Moana. We've done yellow and orange and pink, I believe, or rainbow colors for Trolls. We've done green for Grinch. I know he's not Disney, but we've done green for Princess and the Frog. We've done, oh my gosh, y'all, we've done Elsa. We've done all different kinds of pancakes. And one reason, I do this for a lot of reasons. Number one, I'm getting kids in the kitchen with me. They love doing what I'm doing, especially if I am dragging out my mixer and my mixing bowl. That is a clue. They have radar ears. The minute they can hear the clanking, and the minute they hear that, their ears perk up. I don't care what room they're in, they'll come running. And they want to do what I'm doing, and they're like grabbing their stools. What are we making today? They grab their little aprons. We've got matching aprons that I made for all of us, and we're making memories. I love teaching kids to cook and bake. I did this with my boys, and they learned how to get in the kitchen. Now, my youngest was more interested than my oldest. My youngest was my baker-aker, okay? He loved getting in there and making cupcakes with me, breads, pancakes, muffins, you name it. We used to sit and watch Cupcake Wars before we started our school day when I homeschooled. He started sitting beside me on a stool when he was 3 years old, and I had a griddle out for him and some sliced up squash and zucchini, and he would roast that squash and zucchini on that griddle for me while I was doing other things. Oh, the cookies we baked. Now, they weren't into rainbow pancakes like girls are, but I had some famous chocolate chip pancakes and muffins when my boys were younger. So they requested them, and they learned how to drop those little chocolate chips on them pancakes, and I taught them how to make pancakes. They left our house when they were younger knowing how to cook and bake some things, simple meals on their own. And these granddaughters and even my boys have been in the kitchen with me since they were babies. I wore them in a baby carrier. When they got to the point where they could kind of like, not the newborn stage, but a carrier, I would either put it on the countertop with me, my island, or set them in the floor beside me with a toy or something, where like a teething toy, where they could just at least sit and see me and they were at my feet. When they got to the point where they could sit up a little bit, I got them like in bumbo seats or a high chair. Then playpen, when they got to the point where they could stand up just a little bit. And then they graduated to like stools or bouncy seats. I've drug everything in my kitchen and had them beside me watching and learning. I would hand them little measuring cups and little spoons, and then we got them like a little makeshift kitchen when they were toddlers, and I would get their little pots and pans and their little utensils, and they would stand beside me on their stool beside my stove and have their little pots and pans and pretend like they were cooking and baking. Y'all, it's a way to make memory. And you see the excitement? It's a way to get kids in the kitchen, make memories, teach them how to cook and bake for when they get older. Y'all, when they move out of the house, I mean, you can't follow them to the dorm rooms or to college or to military or whatever and invade their space and their privacy when they move out with roommates or significant others and cook and bake for them. They have to know how to do these things when they leave your house. And it's our responsibility to raise them up and to teach them. Now, our boys also learned from Dad how to grill outside on a grill. Now, that is what interested our oldest boy. He would get out there with Dad and start learning how to use that grill. And sometimes when Dad would be on work trips, he would get out there and make us some things on that grill, like hamburgers and things like that and steaks. And that was what interested him. So our boys learned how to cook before they left our home, and now they are serving their families by helping make nutritious meals for their wives and one of them's children. Now, our youngest son and his wife have not had children yet. They're just enjoying their time together, and that is perfectly fine with us. More grandbabies are in the future, and I'm hoping I will be here and praying I will be here and be able to teach them just as much and just as well and spend time with them. But the excitement when we're in the kitchen. And another reason why I like to do pancakes, y'all know I love to do make-ahead freezer breakfasts. Hence, another reason for getting in the kitchen today, we were out of pancakes, and I asked them what they wanted to do. Do you want to make pumpkin? Do you want to make a flavored pumpkin? Pancakes? Do you want to make rainbow pancakes? And of course, they chose rainbow pancakes. Now, I've told y'all too that when I get my mixer out, if I'm going to get all this out and start making something, why not double or triple the recipe? and make freezer breakfast. Y'all, I make a lot of make-ahead freezer breakfast. I make breakfast sandwiches. I make just biscuits and gravy sometimes. Breakfast burritos. I will batch bake up or cook up some sausage or bacon or ham or fried bologna. Oh my gosh, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and pancakes, waffles, shuffles. And this comes in handy, y'all, for on-the-go breakfast. I did this when my boys were in school and they started public school. I wanted to make sure I had make-ahead breakfast on hand for every morning. I would make up a bunch of stuff, put it in the crisper or put it in the freezer, wrap it up, label what it was, and they could pick and choose something that they could just grab and throw in the microwave for like a minute and eat on that thing, and grab a water or grab something to drink and eat that on the way to school. And then, or they can freezer breakfast like waffles and pancakes and shuffles and stuff, where they can take something, pop it in the microwave, but maybe have time to sit down and eat it before they go. So they had options. They could either eat it on the go, or they got up early enough, just a few minutes earlier, where they could pop something in the microwave, sit down at the table, and actually eat it. You can't exactly eat pancakes and waffles with syrup or whipped cream or something going down the road. So, and if there would have been a way to find a way for boys to make camouflage pancakes, I would have probably done that. But at the time, I didn't think about it. But they loved the chocolate chip ones anyway. And so I love make-ahead breakfast. And this is an option for busy parents that you want to make sure your kids get out the door with a healthy breakfast. Just find a day to batch, cook, and bake things. Double, triple your recipes and wrap them up. Put them in a crisper or put them in your freezer for make-ahead breakfast. I will attach my make-ahead breakfast playlist in the description box below, and I will tag it at the end of this video on the screen somewhere to where you can click on that next and just go binge watch that playlist and get you some ideas. But we started out by mixing our dough, and I just found a pancake recipe, y'all, that I go by on a bag of self-rising flour, and just you can pick up a recipe off Pinterest. I've just used this one for years, and that's what we went by. An idea sometime to get some extra things in your kids in pancakes, y'all. I will use some of our pumpkin puree or pureed butternut squash. Yes, in my shuffles, I will sneak in some shredded zucchini or squash, and y'all, they don't know what's in there. You get an extra vegetable in them. I've put applesauce in some pancakes and waffles. So there's you some ideas to get some more nutrition in your kids, and they don't know. So after we got our dough mixed, we took 6 bowls, and I split all of the batter, not dough, batter, into 6 different bowls, tried to even it out for them. They chose what colors they wanted to do. One got 3 colors, the other one got the other 3. This teaches them measurements. When you get kids in the kitchen too, use this opportunity to teach. And that is what I'm doing through this whole morning of making pancakes. We're not just having fun. We are learning, and I'm teaching them measurements. I'm teaching them how to mix a couple of primary colors together to get a different color, like yellow and orange makes red, blue and red makes purple. To get pink, you just do your red just ever so carefully. It'll start out pinkish, but the more drops you use, it'll get redder. So see, I'm teaching them a little bit of science, chemistry, mixing colors. So they're learning as they go. They're learning responsibility. They're learning how to bake and how to cook. And last, y'all, I love making the memories. I remember being in the kitchen with my grandmother and baking, oh my gosh, cakes, cupcakes, and I always got to lick the beaters. Now, they mixed all their colors. We have them separated into 6 different colors. They mixed them all in. Now I'm teaching them safety about my griddle here. It covers my whole area on my stove, and I'm teaching them safety for the griddle. I normally use my small countertop grill and griddle for this, but they wanted to spread out, and since I doubled or tripled this recipe, I don't remember, I got out my big griddle and they can spread out and they can do their colors one at a time, 2 at a time. One gets one side of the griddle, one gets the other side. So, and also on this griddle, you have to play around with your stove eyes, because you know on your stove eye, you've got 2 that are bigger, 2 that are smaller. So we have to play around with the griddle and fluctuate our heat. And then now I'm instructing them on how to drop their pancakes. I don't have one of those things, y'all, that looks like a blender piece, but it has the handle on it that drops the amount of dough that you want, and then it cuts it off. We're just doing it the old-fashioned way. I'm just showing them how to drop or pour each individual pancake and then scoop out the bowls. Excuse me, y'all. Let me get a sip of water. I'm doing a voiceover because I'm instructing, I'm teaching, and it's a little loud, and that's okay. We're having fun, so I'm just doing a voiceover on this for you. And they had a lot of questions. So I'm showing them. The oldest one is getting the hang of it. The youngest one, I wanted to show her first. She requires just a little more instruction because she's younger, and she's like willy-nilly, so I definitely didn't want her to burn herself trying to do this step. So I'm just going to instruct some more, and the oldest one's got the hang of it. And then I'm showing them how to eyeball and look for the little crispy edges and the bubbles to know when to turn or flip their pancake. So we're letting the griddle heat up, do its thing. We fluctuate with the heat. And y'all, in my kitchen, each one of them have their own utensils, like a rolling pin, 2 rolling pins actually, their own little whisks, spatulas, y'all, because tiny hands. I wanted to get them some things of their very own and, use these utensils. And as they get older and they graduate a little to bigger utensils, I'm going to save all their utensils and actually put them in their hope chests for them. Yes, I'm a grandmother. I'm going to create hope chests for each one of my grandchildren. I already have them one started a piece. They have Afghans in there. They have some quilts I just made for them. Oh my gosh, what else? Little trinkets and things that they've saved. I've actually got some dishes started for them. Different things, y'all. My mother-in-law made my husband and all of her children, hope chest, 6 kids, y'all, hope chests. That's how we started out with some things after we got married. She did all of her grandkids. Our sons come away with a few things. And then my mother started me a hope chest and started passing down things for me. Gave me things for my granddaughter. My mother passed down things of my grandmother's to me. Look at the excitement. And I didn't want her to fall off that stool, so I had her come down one. Now, when she flipped that pancake, a little butter splashed on her face, and she got just a little burnt on her face. So I wanted to make sure she was okay too, but she got better and she's okay. But the hope chest, I got things from my grandmother's. My mother helped me stock mine. When I got engaged, I started buying things from my hope chest. So when me and my husband got married and we moved off to California when he was in the Marine Corps, and we were stationed on base, and then an apartment out in town, we had the pleasure of having both of our hope chests and things that started us out in our young life. But so I will pass down their little aprons. I will pass down to them. They can have, so they can pass them down to their children. I am very old-fashioned. I'm very traditional. I love the old way of doing things and creating memories, traditional skills, passing down things. I'm just a sentimental old fool, y'all. So here we are there, getting the hang of eyeballing, looking for those crispy edges, the bubbles, and learning how to flip those pancakes, y'all. We had so much fun this morning, and so did they. So I'm going to continue to instruct. I'm going to continue to show them what to look for, let them have fun, and little sister's apologizing. She didn't mean to splash that butter. And she was apologizing and encouraging her. So we got them all flipped, and this is our first color. We have 4 more colors to go, y'all. And then I'm teaching them how to look for when they flip it over and letting it cook on that other side just a little bit, to how to check and eyeball it and make sure when they're done. So they'll be tossing them back and forth and checking for doneness. And we're also going to find that sweet spot on the griddle. We shift a few pancakes down, and she's getting the hang of flipping those pancakes and learning and placing them on their plate, and a bunch of high fives and encouragement today. Y'all, I love teaching kids how to cook and bake. I enjoyed with mine. I enjoy with my grandkids. And this is just what we do. We have fun in my kitchen, in Gma's kitchen, in Mom's kitchen. We just have fun. So I'm going to continue to instruct. They're going to continue to make their pancakes and have a good time. And we got 4 more colors to do. I'm still just going to have to instruct and hang out with them. I don't really like walking away. We use our hibachi grill for hibachi, of course. We've done chicken, we've done steak, we've done, oh my gosh, pork. And on one side, then we've done vegetables on one side, rice in the middle. Yes. And then I'm trying to keep her over to where she can make sure y'all see how she's doing this. Grab your kids and watch this video. Show them how these kids are in the kitchen, and they can do the same thing and get in the kitchen with you. When you're working with kids in your kitchen, y'all have patience. You are instructing. Is there going to be a mess? Of course. that's part of teaching. But they're learning. You're teaching responsibility. You're teaching skills. So be patient. And then when it's over, get them in there helping and teach them responsibility of how to clean up your mess. Clean as you go. Teach them some homemaking skills to save time in their kitchen. Life management skills. Time management skills. While something's cooking or baking, set a timer, clean something, wash a dish, unload a dishwasher, load a dishwasher. Yes, teach them time management, life skills, homemaking skills, y'all. This is why I do what I do, and I love it, and I wouldn't take anything for it. So, more teaching, more instructing, teaching them what to do, and we're starting on those next colors. And y'all, when you're doing the rainbow pancakes, try to watch your heat, keep it down, give it a little more time. I didn't want her jumping around that griddle, y'all. That's why I stay close to them. I didn't want them getting burned with this griddle, so I'm trying to let them have some excitement, but just be careful around a hot griddle. I didn't want anybody getting burned again. So, we're going to continue doing this. I have also made batches of sausage, fried bologna, bacon on this griddle. Yes, it comes in handy for batch baking and cooking. But, what I was saying, now, that time when she splashed, I think she got a little butter on little sister's finger, and it kind of burnt her little finger just a little. See, yeah, got a boo-boo. So, I'm having to teach a little safety when flipping, things like that, hot butter, hot oil. Going back to the color on the pancake, try to fluctuate your heat and do lower temperature, even if you're doing these in a skillet, okay? Because you want to keep the rainbow colors and not have brown overpowering your pretty colors. Now, if you're making regular pancakes, that won't matter. But this griddle, I'm having to fluctuate the heat, play around. One spot's hotter than the other, but that's okay. If you're doing it in a skillet or something like that, low temperature to keep the brown marks from overpowering your colors. So see, play around with your heat, fluctuate. See how like one of them's getting a little browner? So the longer the griddle gets hot, the more that you have to keep going down with the heat. So we're just gonna play around some more and let them have fun. Yay! They're doing an awesome job. Last color. I'm trying to get a better angle here, so if you want to grab your kids to watch, then you can see how they're doing this. They finally learned how to drop, pour, whatever you want to call it, and scoop out the bowl and get every last little drop of that batter, y'all. These Food Network shows and cooking shows kill me when they don't get everything out of that bowl, those bowls and jars. So they're learning so much, y'all. See, kids, if you've already grabbed your kids and started watching, see how you can get in the kitchen with mom or grandma, aunts, uncles, dads, I don't care. Learn how to cook and bake for when you get older, you'll be able to take care of your family. Now, she did ask for my help right there. She was having a little bit of trouble. She did ask for my help. So this is the last two colors. Y'all see those pretty green ones, and then the other ones on the other side. And they love the camera too. They love playing with my camera. And y'all, I'm going to tell you, they have learned how to start making their own little videos and playing around, and it is so funny. My son is like, Thanks to you now, I walk around and I catch my daughters going around. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm like, you're welcome. They're learning how to work a camera too. So they're going around the house making their own little videos. And y'all, I will download those videos onto my computer and put them on an SD card for them. And they can have them for when they're older and have them some home videos to where they can go back and watch their selves and share it with their children. Because let me tell y'all, they have watched their daddy and their uncle on home videos, and we have just had the most fun and the most laughs. They're like, that's my daddy, that's my uncle. Yeah, and we have laughed and laughed and laughed with home videos, and we sometimes make a movie night out of it. But yes, I will put them on SD cards for them, and they can go back and watch themselves. Here we are, all done with these pancakes, and look at these colors. And y'all, I compromise. These are healthy pancakes. Look at the red and the green and the purple. That's one granddaughter's colors. That's the colors that she chose. Here's the other ones, 3 colors that the other granddaughter chose, blue, red, and yellow, or that may be pink. She wanted pink. Orange. Sisterly love. Now, y'all, I compromise with their breakfast. As long as they eat something healthy, I'll compromise. Let them have a little whipped cream. Sometimes they want syrup, and then we put sprinkles on them. So there you go. Now I'm going to let you see how they're enjoying these. And we're going to go to the table and we are going to sit down and enjoy this breakfast this morning. I have sugar-free syrup. They don't know that. And those colors turned out perfect, y'all. She likes to cut her own pancakes. The other one's already gobbling hers down. So this one's cutting hers up. She's going to put her some whipped cream on top. And it's just funny to watch her with this whipped cream. But I do compromise, y'all. Sometimes they will want Nutella toast or a Nutella and peanut butter sandwich sometimes. And she just kills me. And I compromise. And I'm like, as long as you put something good with it, like a protein, make you an egg, grab you a boiled egg. I compromise, y'all. As long as they get a healthy breakfast, put something else with it, like sausage, bacon. She come back to get the whipped cream. Sausage, bacon, something to go with your breakfast. And now they turned out great. And they are giving a big thumbs up. And they are loving these. And there you go. Thanks for watching and have fun in your kitchen.